y'all hit that like button and subscribe if y'all have not done so just yet. Because we do want to just give a little bit more of an in-depth look at these other teams within the division, man, and really just see what they're doing, what they did in this draft, and how we feel like we rank and they rank all in this here AFC North. Yo, my mouth is like mad dry.
All right, how we want to do this?
Man, let's start with we'll go alphabetical order, I guess. Yeah, read off the first group or whatever team. Yeah,
which one?
order.
You want to go team city or team name?
Ooh, dealer's choice.
We'll go team city.
Okay, let's get it then.
Baltimore then.
Baltimore.
Their draft class included round 1, pick 22, Zay Flowers. Round 3, pick 23, Trenton Simpson. Round 4, pick 22, Tavius Robinson. He was an edge from Mississippi. We know what Trent Simpson and Zay Flowers did. Round 5, pick 22, Kai Blue Kelly, cornerback out of Stanford.
Every time you say Kai Blue, I'll be wanting to say Caillou, bro. I swear. You know what I'm talking about, that little cartoon? The little ball head cartoon?
Yeah.
Yeah, Caillou.
Round 6, pick 22, Malaysia.
Oh, that's the
Malaysia
solid dude. Yeah.
Lawalu, offensive tackle out of Oregon. And round 7, pick 12, Andrew Voorhees, guard out of USC.
You said pick of the draft?
Am I saying that's the pick of the draft? I actually wouldn't have mind taking Voorhees there. I can't say pick of the draft. That is good value, though.
Yeah.
Like, I would have easily taken him over Spencer Anderson. As just a flyer guy to take in 7. That dude was supposed to go in, like, top 3 rounds.
Seriously, bro. Like, that's still crazy that he was the ACL. Yeah. Because essentially, he sits this whole year. He's not playing, but they've low-key done this 2 years in a row, though, haven't they? They did with the tackle. That they, oh, my God.
No, it was that guy on defense. It was that linebacker.
Yeah, they did the linebacker, too, but no, they did, it would have been, was it 2 years ago then? He had tore his Achilles in
It was
Kansas City.
Ojabo was last year.
That was when they drafted, yeah, but they
Right.
signed one in free agency too. Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on his freaking name, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, yeah. So he had tore his Achilles in Kansas City, contract year. Actually, he was under contract, but they voided him because he was, I forgot, was he playing basketball? He might have been doing basketball. And then after that, that's when the Ravens had signed him. Yeah, he was actually Jawan James. That was the tackle. Yep. Shout out. Okay. But I do like the Andrew Voorhees though, man, in terms of just the longevity of that pickup, man. And obviously we know the whole Zay Flowers movement. We joked about how we liked him and then we was like, we don't like him anymore and all this other stuff. But in terms of these type of players, man, helping them out, it's a good draft. It's solid.
Yeah, that's the thing that pisses me off about
it was solid, bro.
the AFC North, now at least.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Ravens, they always bring in good players. They know what they're doing as an organization. Bengals are low-key starting to do that a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns, now they didn't have many picks because of the Deshaun Watson trade, but even them, like, for the picks they had, it wasn't like that terrible of a draft. It wasn't.
When you talk AFC North, all 4 of us low-key did what we were supposed to do. And that's the part where it's like, we're going to split.
It pisses me off because Steelers had such a good draft. I was like, hopefully everyone sucked and we could have such a big margin for who had the better draft class. But, I mean, I still have us one, but still, the Ravens, Bengals, and the Browns for their minimum picks actually did a decent job, I thought.
Yes, low-key, I'm over here like, dude, I thought it was going to be a landslide. And it was like, they did what they were supposed to do in certain elements of it, though, man.
Yeah, Zay Flowers, good receiver. We'll see what their offense looks like now with Lamar getting the contract, new coordinator. They got new weapons for him. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it.
Right.
In terms of, okay, he's calling to be passing for 6,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? He said it like as in tongue in cheek. I think he did. He did a press conference with the Ravens.
I watch everything, but I don't always have audio on. Yeah, I'll be like watching him, like I don't know what he talking about, but I just like his body language.
It was a headline. He was like, Lamar wants to throw for 6,000 yards. So it's like you haven't thrown for over 3,200 just yet. So let's get to like 3,500 or 4,000 before you do that.
Let's get to 35 first. You get a 35, good, 2-to-1 touchdown interception ratio, man. We call that good right there.
So we'll see what Zay Flowers being in the Ravens system ultimately means for him and what impact he has.
Have you seen some of the clips of him at minicamp?
Who's Zay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He brought some dudes up, bro. But granted, it is rookie minicamp. Yeah, we're starting a week after a lot of these other teams. It's no real rhyme or reason. Some teams start early because of the coaching staff, but yeah, for some reason for us, we're waiting until next weekend, not next week. Yeah, this upcoming weekend. We'll have our rookie mini camp. So obviously we'll react to that on Monday and stuff like that. But yeah, it was actually cool to see him out there. They gave him number 4 too. I was like, ooh, yeah, I like it.
We don't do that here.
Nah, because we got tradition. You know what I'm saying? It matters here.
JP would have been sick in 5.
Deke, I couldn't get
Darnell at 0.
Deke, you ain't feeling that
badass.
one, bro? You not feeling that one, man?
I could go either or with that. I could go either or.
We got tradition. We don't just be doing that low.
Hey, we win games. We win championships. I could care less.
Yeah. You let them do
we gotta win some games.
We ain't gotta worry about no numbers. We big time. Y'all worry about the numbers over there.
Trent Simpson was a good pick in round 3. He was one of the guys I wanted in round 3 too. He was there at 80 for us, and we traded back. And then the run on all the athletic linebackers we would have been interested in, went. It was him, Henley. I think Mapu went even too, even though I wasn't expecting him to go in round 3. I think there was one other guy, Henley, Simpson, Overshown. Yeah, he went in round 3 before our pick 93.
Yeah.
Once we traded back, but Darnell was still there, and we went with him.
Which like we said, in the moment we don't hate, and even after the fact still don't hate. But it is crazy to see that type of run go on from us trading back from 80 though.
Now, if Sanders was there at 83, maybe I'd have a little bit different of a feeling. But he went earlier to the Broncos.
Because
he went. I think he went in the 60s.
Yeah, because the linebackers that were still on the board, the athletic dudes were all gone.
After we traded back, they were all there at 80 though.
80, but when we traded back, they were gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's when the Darnell Washington pick, it doesn't make it feel weird because it was at that time that
because he would have been one of those names you included at 80 anyway.
Correct.
It's okay, you have all these athletic inside linebackers. Darnell's
we were talking
there.
about Darnell even earlier at 49.
Hell, even at 32.
32.
Second round, some people. It just so happened JPJ had to be there. I'm trying to think who else we were thinking about there at 80. Athletic linebackers. Herbig maybe.
Yeah.
But no, it worked out.
We were done with
we played the board amazingly.
D-line. Was there any corner? That would be the only thing I could have thought of.
Double dipping at corner.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Clark Phillips might have still been there. But yeah, I think there were a few. There was definitely a few. Keely Ringo, he was still there.
Yeah.
Because he went early in the 4th. Yeah, Eagles got him. But yeah, this is the good draft. And you got that good value pick with Voorhees. The picks from 4 to 6. All right, you got some depth guys in there.
Yeah.
Nothing
the Voorhees one is going to be interesting, man, because that's, like you said, you put it on layaway. I got me one now, but I'm going to wait to see what it look like a year from now when it's recovered from the ACL because of the talent. So I get that one. All right. Next up on ours.
So who would that be? I'm trying to get my alphabet right.
By city
well,
name, right?
luckily, NFL has this categorized alphabetically by city name for me, so I don't have to worry about it. So it's Cincinnati over Cleveland, I-B-4-L. Yes. Yep, that makes sense. CI is alphabetically above CL. Yep. There you go. Bengals next. So with their draft, they went with Miles Murphy, edge rusher at Clemson in round 1. DJ Turner second, cornerback out of Michigan in round 2, pick 29. Jordan Battle, round 3, pick 32. Safety out of Alabama in round 3. Charlie Jones in round 4, wide receiver out of Purdue. It was pick 29. Chase Brown, running back out of Illinois, round 5, pick 28. Andre Iosivas, wide receiver out of Princeton, round 6, pick 29. Brad Robbins, punter out of Michigan in round 6.
Is he a Ray Guy Award winner as well? There's
no way.
About this, I just have to ask. I feel like everybody's a Ray Guy Award winner that we talk about.
Well, maybe he would have. Maybe he won last year. Maybe he won last year.
Every time we say he's Ray Guy Award winner right there, man.
I'll look it up. DJ Ivy, defensive back out of Miami, with their 7th round pick.
Shout out to DJ.
Yeah, good draft, solid. I mean, those first 3 picks, you get a edge rusher to throw in the mix. Wasn't one of their most pressing needs, I'd say, but you get a young guy in there to push the guys you already have and potentially be the future.
Yeah.
DJ Turner, cornerback. We were talking about them needing a corner. We didn't know if they were going to take JPJ. Happy that they passed on him.
Bro,
They got a speedy guy.
So happy.
I'm not worried about him in terms of going up against our receivers. I think Pickens, Deontay, even now Robinson, I think we'll be fine.
See, I wonder, are they going to play him on the outside or where they put him in the slot early on? Because I remember one of the things we watched him on tape, like love his footwork, love his technique, love his speed, but he was on the smaller side with some of the outside corners in contrast to like a Devin Witherspoon and a Christian Gonzalez, who are still man-to-man corners like DJ, but just had bigger frames on them. I think DJ early on, they bump inside into that slot, and he's looking at a Calvin Austin type, the Allen Robinsons and everybody else that we're going to get a chance to try in that slot.
Well, if he does go in the slot, that's a good mismatch for us. Yeah. Not necessarily Calvin Austin, because that'd be like speed on speed.
Right, but the other dudes, though, they got more size on them.
Allen Robinson, yeah,
definitely got more size.
Definitely.
Or even when we flirt with putting Pickens in there too, man. If they don't follow or travel with that, that's something that you hunting out if you're Matt Canada. It should be.
Jordan Battle, good safety out of Alabama. I think that was good value, too.
I still am upset that they picked him up because we really liked him. Yep.
Charlie Jones, too, receiver out of Purdue.
I like him.
Yeah.
I like him, bro. I don't know why I like him so much, but I like his game, bro.
Yeah, that was good. Hope probably be competing for like that 4th spot.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one dude that showed up out of nowhere last year. But I think they're still going to have their main 3 guys unless something goes weird with the contracts and stuff this offseason.
Either contracts or the potential of an injury. But I think the Charlie pickup as a 4th rounder, you look at that as fringe. Not fringe in terms of making the roster, fringe in terms of, is he somebody that can develop enough that you bump T. Higgins and let him leave in the market, or you let a Tyler Boyd leave, But I think in that 4th, you're trying to see, can it grow into that or not? But you haven't like overly committed or overly invested too much in it. Because Charlie, I mean, you see it flash. You see some of the talent there, but we know at this level, when you're talking about being to the caliber of those 3 guys that, you brought up, those dudes are all very, very accomplished at this level.
Yeah, and then the rest, Brad Robbins, you got a punter, cool. Yeah. And then you got a depth running back, receiver, and defensive back. Now, I don't know enough about these guys. Like, I don't know if they feel about any of those guys how we feel about like a Corey Trice, where it's like, oh, this dude might actually be able to do something rookie year like that.
Because I'm like, Chase Brown, I see what they're trying to bring in, but I'm with you. I didn't like pound a ton of tape on Chase Brown, bro. I mean, you think it's funny, right? As many players that we've watched and broken down, and many players we know, this just lets you know what the NFL draft is. It's still people that we're like, the name is familiar, but we ain't grind. I ain't cut a ton of tape on these dudes. I ain't see a ton of that, and that's especially in the 7th, 6th, 7th round. Yeah, and we watched a lot of people. Deke. Watched a lot of people.
Yeah, so they did good.
They did, though.
I thought it was good for them. Not a big fan of it for us in particular.
All right.
Not better than ours, though. Like I said, I think we definitely got one.
I definitely feel like,
groups.
I feel really good about us.
Okay, Browns next. Their first pick didn't come until round 3. They pick 11. They took a wide receiver out of Tennessee, Cedric Tillman. Not regarded as the best receiver coming out of Tennessee, but some people are calling him a sleeper.
How did you feel about it, though? We know, obviously.
I think there was other guys on the board.
Yeah. But in terms of like the whole like Tennessee thing, Cedric Tillman versus the Jalen Hyatt element.
I wasn't really a big fan of Hyatt's game, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Just very speed, look kind of stiff out there. I know speed's important, but he doesn't have the top end speed. And it didn't really look like he was that good of a route runner. So, if you're maybe going for just a better overall player, Tillman could be the play. But, I mean, they've been trying to draft these receivers the last how many years in these middle rounds, and they haven't really worked. Peoples-Jones actually started working out for him last year, finally.
But it's been weird with
They
him.
drafted Schwartz, I think it was last year, 2 years ago. He hasn't done anything for him.
Well, and I feel like the weird part with Peoples-Jones is athletically, like... Oh, no, I'm tripping. No. Peoples-Jones, he's had some success. He has. I'm tripping. He's had some success.
Yeah, he did last year. Like last year was his best
that was
year.
It. Yeah, but that was definitely it. You're right. I was like, yo, he's been kind of weird, but yeah, last year I guess he did put it together. Yeah.
Siaki Ika, round 3, pick 35. I feel like that's
that,
good value.
Like that.
That's a bummer.
Like that a lot.
98th overall pick in the draft. DeJuan Jones, round 4, pick 9.
Yeah.
Offensive tackle out of Ohio State.
If they running the ball like they like to do, I love that.
That's a good flyer pick. Yeah. That could be one that I feel like in 3 years we look back and laugh at the Browns about, being like, oh, this dude just flamed out in the league. Or they took a chance on a guy that some teams took off their board. And I think the Steelers, based off a lot of reports, were one of them.
Yeah.
Just with how he did the whole pre-draft process. Questions about his work ethic and whatnot. But if it hits, man, it could work. Because, I mean, he was being mocked in the second round.
Yeah. I mean, the size and the potential, you see it. The talent, you see it. It's
TG wanted us to take him at 32, and we did our mock.
Yeah. The big thing, though, like you brought up, is some of the non-talent related stuff. Where they're like, yo, are you still going to be committed to this thing? What's your work ethic going to be like? And how consistent are you going to be? That's the big thing when you're talking about bringing players up to the NFL level. Like, because it is more skill driven than talent driven when you get to this level, you got to know that this guy is actually going to be focused on developing the skill and advancing his skill, because everybody's big, everybody's strong, everybody's fast at this level. So now you have to fine tune those things. And if you don't love that process, you're not going to live, very long in this league. And I get why they got the questions on him, but for him to still go in the 4th just also shows you the type of talent that he does have with that type of size.
And
what they say was like the biggest man in Senior Bowl history or something like that, right? It was something like that.
Yeah, 6'8", 374.
They got an accolade for everything. Yeah.
NFL comparison: Trent Brown.
Big Trent. Trent did it. Trent, yeah. But that's some of the questions on Trent too, though. Yep. Some sexy similarities.
Round 4, pick 24. Isaiah McGuire, defensive end out of Missouri. Round 5, pick 5. Backup quarterback in the room. Dorian Thompson-Robinson.
He ain't no
out
Josh
of
Dobbs, though.
USCLA.
He ain't no Josh Dobbs. Did you call it USCLA? What'd you call that, bro?
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that sounds like 2 schools in one. I like it, though.
Yeah. They merged.
Yeah, it'd be like that, yeah.
Round 5, pick 7. Cameron Mitchell, cornerback out of Northwestern. And round 6, pick 13. Luke Whippler, center out of Ohio State.
I like Luke. Luke's a good little player. Yeah, this draft was definitely a little different, man, obviously with the lack of first and second round talent. But as you talked about, man, and me as well, still tapping on the positions that they need. When you talk about another receiving weapon, when you pay the quarterback what they paid over there, man, you want to bring him as much talent to make him successful. And Cedric's a good, well-rounded player, man, without a doubt. Siaki, we talked about him a good amount. And it's the AFC North, man. Teams want to run the ball. That's a AFC North type pick right there, man, because he's trying to smash the run. And Siaki definitely does that at a high level. Yeah. DeJuan, though, DeJuan's going to be interesting, man.
So I'll just go over ours real quick. We already know.
No. Take your time when you talk about ours, man. When you talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers draft class.
Round 1, Broderick Jones.
Whew.
Round 2, Joey Porter Jr., cornerback out of Penn State. Round 2, pick 18, Keanu Benton, defensive tackle out of Wisconsin. Round 3, pick 30, after trading back 13 spots and getting another 4th round pick, or actually getting our 4th rounder back in a way. We were able to take Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. With that 4th round pick, we acquired from the Panthers, got Nick Herbig, outside linebacker out of Wisconsin. And then we had a little bit of a time off between round 4 and then having 2 final picks in round 7. Corey Trice Jr. with round 7, pick 24, cornerback out of Purdue. And then Spencer Anderson with our last pick of the draft, guard out of Maryland.
Let's go.
So how would you rank them?
Honestly, I'd probably go Pittsburgh 1. I hate to say it, but Baltimore's 2. Probably Cincy at 3. Yeah. Because like I said, Cleveland, it's weird just because of them not having the early picks.
Well, that's what I was even
You
thinking
know?
with Cincy, because they still got their round 2, whereas Baltimore had to
Right.
wait for round 3 to get Simpson.
Yeah.
I don't know who they lose that second round pick to. But like Cincy had pretty much all their picks here.
Right. Since like they had a ton of picks when I first looked, I was like, yo, why they got so much?
Murphy, Turner,
Yeah.
Battle, Jones with the first 4.
Yeah. To me, it was just more so the Baltimore players, like Zay Flowers, Trent Simpson, and then obviously Voorhees is gonna sit.
Right.
But
Yeah, to get him in the
Voorhees is,
7.
like that's a daggone good player, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I think of you getting those 3 dudes, and you know we talked about it before, like man, how many potential starters are you getting out of this class? Like the guys that you feel like legit can be that, not over the top speculation, but just like yo, these guys are capable. They flirt with that a little bit. Voorhees is the question mark, obviously, you know, because he has to come back from the injury. But you still feel really good about Zay. You still feel really good about Trent, man. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bengals have more depth.
They do.
The Ravens got Flowers, Voorhees.
Like, I like Baltimore's high end.
Simpson is the guy that they're looking at potentially replacing Patrick Queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Because since it's like Miles Murphy, I think he's a dope player, but he wasn't like my favorite edge. DJ Turner, we think he's a dope corner, but like he wasn't like my favorite of that group. Whereas like when we talk Zay Flowers, like that was like one of my favorites. When we talk Trent Simpson, he was like in that group of the top at that position, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I think maybe a way to put it is, do any of these players for Cincy really scare you?
Nah. I
Being
think
the
they're good
Steelers.
players, though. I think
Whereas
they're
Zay
good
Flowers, if
that's scary a little
the
bit.
Ravens figure this out on
Yeah,
offense,
that could be a little scary.
Yeah, he could be a tough mismatch problem.
Trenton Simpson, if he figures it out, that could be a little flirtish with scary. Because it's going to be, like I said, the Patrick Queens, the Roquan Smith types, if it can grow into that. Whereas, yeah, when I think of Cincy, I think these are all going to be good players. But I don't know if they scream like all pro type. Yeah, I don't feel like that all the way. Not saying they can't, because obviously any of these dudes will have that capability, but yeah, all good.
I think oh man, I do like Cincy's first 4 picks. Like I
That's
like
the thing,
them.
though. I like them. Yeah,
I like
I just don't
them.
love them. Do you like when I look at Baltimore? I'm like, I hate to say it, but I love some of those picks. I don't know if I love.
I think
I like these picks a lot though.
I think the Zay Flowers one really made sense.
Zay hurt my
The
feelings,
Simpson
bro.
though, the Simpson one though, going back to like, does he scare me? I think it's a nice pick, but with how we have orchestrated this team right now, he's actually the guy we want out there. I feel like.
What? And I feel like in a vacuum, yes. I just look at how today's NFL is. Is today's NFL we're gonna put you in a phone booth type league, or is it we're gonna spread you out and make you play in space type league? That's the thing. Like when I think of Simpson, I'm like, he fits that perfectly in terms of today's NFL. We talk about the piece that we said that we're missing over here. It is that. We got the alternative to that, which are the little bit more thumper linebackers and a big safety we talk about moving down. But we actually don't have that piece. Whereas for them, well, Roquan is the difference maker because that's why they paid him $100. But without Roquan, then they would have the flip. They would have the athletes, but not the thumpers. So that's why I'm just like, depends on what we're going for the matchup. But I just think theirs, in terms of Trenton, is more ideal for league wide. Whereas if we're talking about the division, what we have is more perfect for that because we know we're trying to run. It's going to be people running the ball. They're going to play physical. We know that's part of this thing. But that's how I look at it with that.
Now he could be able to tackle. I mean, we're just going to see.
I mean, it's not saying that he can't. Right?
It's going to have to wait and see. But
yeah, because he's
based
small,
off what we've seen in Clemson, it's like I like the Steelers' chances.
Run at it. Yeah. I'm running at it. Yeah.
I think, man, I go back and forth. You know, I'd almost do a T2 with Ravens, Bengals.
I can see that. But that's weak sauce, though, Deke.
Right.
The weak sauce got Deke.
You know, I think I'll lean with you. I think I would go Ravens over Cincy.
Cincy's going to have dope depth, though. I feel like they're going to have this low-key reminds me of the Cincinnati draft when they had Logan Wilson.
Bengals got their flash players.
Yeah. But like this reminds me of the Logan Wilson draft where it was just like a ton of good players, but nothing where it was just like, oh wow, this is like a crazy pick. But all these players just pop up like, oh, he's a good player, he's a good player, he's a good player. And when you look at how they've played the past, couple seasons, it's like, yeah, this is why it looks like that. But they've also hit on the stars.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They already had their flash players.
Chase, yeah.
And now they're just filling out the rest of the roster with just solid, I think, quality guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could probably talk to me tomorrow. I maybe flip it. I'd say T2.
Yeah, I get what you.
But I'll go Ravens right now. I think I would.
Look at it though.
That Voorhees pick was pretty good in the 7th round as well.
Yeah, the Voorhees one is, like I said, that's like the long term investment. And if you want more of a short term, then I could definitely see people side with Cincinnati because you don't have to wait on a return with any of those dudes. But I just think that's one of those ones where it's what that could potentially be for you. And this is with them taking Tyler Linderbaum a year ago, 2 years ago. So it's like, man, you got a chance to really, really revamp it and think about how bad that line was at one point in time and how we looked at it. And now it's like, man, you're about a year away from it completely maybe growing into a strength for them dudes. So,
Steelers won.
I like it, though.
I think we won the draft for the whole league.
I low-key feel like, bro, we hit.
It's just not me saying this. NFL analysts, the mainstream media,
you ain't feeling
PFF,
Philadelphia?
all
Everybody
these
loves
guys.
Philly, though, bro.
They're up there.
Philly
but like
one, yeah.
a lot of these dudes are giving us a solid A or A plus. Like it's not even a question. Putting us in the top 3 with a team like the Eagles and some of the other guys that a lot of people thought won the draft.
Like legit, rightfully so. Like in terms of need, in terms of value, in terms of talent, like across the board, we hit what we were looking for, man.